up, fight fans? We got a special lightweight matchup here in a couple of weeks between Alexander Hernandez and Bill Algeo. It actually might be a featherweight fight. I'm not 100% sure, but because I know that Alex he had recently gone down to featherweight, but nonetheless, we got a great matchup here, guys. Alexander Hernandez, who at one point like burst onto the scene with a vicious knockout over Beneil Dariush, I think back in like 2018, maybe 2017. Just burst onto the scene, right? Had some really good victories over OAM, but then he ran into Donald Cerrone, where Donald Cerrone's like, hold my fucking beer, I'll show you how a veteran really does it. And I was kind of like, Hernandez's welcoming to the UFC moment. And since then, we've seen huge inconsistencies, right? Basically, win loss, ever since that happened. And he had the win over Francisco Trinaldo in a very close matchup in a fight that I personally thought he lost. He got finished by Drew Dober. Went out there, absolutely murdered Chris Gutzmacher. Lost to Thiago Moises in a fight where he just got outclassed, outpressured, knocked out Mike Breeden. Got finished by Renato Moicano. Got knocked out by Billy Quarantillo. And then most recently had the victory over Jim Miller. And a lot of it I really think has to do with just, he has just one way. He just has one fighting style, and I have never really seen him make those adjustments when things start to not really go his way. He goes out there, explosive, reckless abandonment, crazy shots, front kicks, explosive striking. Really tries to go out there and get the job done early, but we've noticed when it doesn't happen, his gas tank depletes, and it's so obvious. I mean, he tires out so much if it doesn't go his way early on, and you don't really see him trying to do anything different. You still try to see him use those explosive movements. And when you don't have that speed anymore and you're tiring out, you have to really learn how to make adjustments and get the hits in while you can and really use your precision over your power and your explosiveness and rely on your timing and rely on the basics. And you don't really see that with Alexander Hernandez lately. You know, like the fight against Billy Quarantillo, I think is a great example, where in the first round, it was all Alexander Hernandez. I mean, it almost looked like he was going to finish Billy Q. But Billy Q does what Billy does, and he was able to weather the storm. And then later on, as Alexander started to fade, Billy started to get hot and was really starting to loosen up and open up and was able to find himself a TKO victory there in the end of the second. You saw, I mean, I think against Moicano, I felt like he just kind of got dominated from start to finish in that fight. Thiago Moises, he started good a little early on, but once Thiago was able to figure out his timing and he was able to kind of avoid that explosiveness and was able to outclass Hernandez over 5 rounds. And then the fight against Drew Dober was kind of like the same thing, where he started out very hot, very aggressive. And then once he started to just wilt on, Drew smelt it, he noticed it, went for the kill, was able to find himself the finish. So with Alexander Hernandez, his biggest problem is that he hasn't been able to evolve as a mixed martial artist. He hasn't been able to have a plan B, a plan C. When things don't go his way, he tends to fold. But he's going against a guy, Bill Algeo, who's been there, done that, super veteran, coming off of a finished win over TJ Brown in a fight that I honestly personally missed. I don't know what the fuck I was doing that day. I might have had to cook dinner or something like that, but I ended up missing the fight. But I know it was fight of the night. And Bill, he's had those moments where he gets a win, a couple good wins, had the win over Spike Carlisle, had the TKO victory over Herbert Burns, but when he fought against Andre Fili, got a little bit outclassed. But Bill Algeo, he's super good, super veteran, he's super tough, heart, will, determination, toughness, like those are like the best ways that I can describe Bill Algeo. He's going to make it dirty, lots of front kicks, lots of just fighting against the cage. He's going to put on the pressure, make these guys feel you. And I think that is his recipe for success against Hernandez, where he's going to have to use that pressure to nullify the flurry of strikes are going to come early, and that will happen 100%. Unless Alex decides to go out there and be patient this time around, that would be interesting to see. But I think Algeo, I think that if he is able to not get caught early on, he's going to be able to wear on Alexander Hernandez, and I think that we could possibly see a submission victory probably towards the end of the second round, maybe even early into the third round. As to where Alexander Hernandez, his recipe for success, I mean, obviously what he's shown is he's going to have to go out there and get the finish early. Otherwise, it's probably not going to look well for him. But if we go out there and see a patient Alexander Hernandez, who knows what can happen? I mean, if he goes out there and is able to let the fight come to him and pick his shots better and set up those front kicks and those explosive strikes that he loves to use, we could see a whole different Alexander Hernandez, but it really all depends if he's putting in the work to make those changes and make those adjustments. Guys, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section. Do you guys think Alexander Hernandez is going to be able to get himself back into a ranked position, possible title contender position in the future? Love to hear your guys' thoughts. Or is Bill Algeo going to show why he's the super veteran and why he's never been knocked out and he's only been submitted twice in his whole career? Love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section. And guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go fight, fans.